Travel vlogs are windows into a world both familiar and fantastical. The camera glides along cobblestone streets. Sunlight dances on distant mountains. Voices narrate discoveries, meals, and quiet moments that the viewer may never experience firsthand. For millions, watching is a form of presence, a vicarious journey through landscapes, cultures, and lives. The appeal is deeper than scenery. It is freedom without obligation, adventure without risk, curiosity without fatigue. Travel vlogs invite the mind to wander while the body remains still. This story explores why viewers are drawn to these journeys, how vicarious exploration satisfies complex emotional needs, and what the psychology of watching someone else travel quietly reveals about curiosity, identity, longing, and the human desire for connection with the wider world. The world is vast, and yet, for many it feels unreachable. Mountains, markets, forests, and temples exist somewhere beyond immediate grasp. Yet through travel vlogs, the impossible becomes observable. The camera moves where the viewer cannot, showing vistas, streets, and rituals that might otherwise remain distant. Watching someone else explore is a subtle act of participation. Not through movement, but through attention, the mind maps the spaces, imagines the textures, and follows every step without risk or effort. There is a safety and vicarious experience. No plane ticket, no lost luggage, no navigational stress. The world can be vast, surprising, and complex, and yet the viewer remains untouched by its dangers. The mind responds to this illusion of presence. Dopamine rises at new discoveries. Curiosity is satisfied without fatigue. Exploration becomes a contained thrill, replayable, pausable, and predictable in its observation. Vicarious exploration also softens decision fatigue. Travel demands choices, routes, accommodations, timing, budgeting. Watching someone else navigate these decisions provides relief. The viewer experiences autonomy indirectly, learning through observation without the burden of execution. There is also a subtle narrative pull. The vlogger guides the experience, where to look, what to notice, what emotions to attend to. This direction transforms raw experience into a story, structured yet open. The viewer can lose themselves in a world both ordered and expansive. Observation becomes layered. The sights and sounds are rich and immersive. The commentary adds context, insight, and emotion. The mind receives information on multiple levels: cognitive, emotional, sensory. And yet there is quiet intimacy. The vlogger is a companion, guiding the eyes and the attention. Their voice, laughter, or reflection mediates the experience, providing human presence within the vastness of space. The world is seen through another consciousness, and in that lens, it feels less distant. Vicarious exploration satisfies a deeper need. The mind longs for novelty, curiosity, and expansion. Travel vlogs deliver all three, safely, repeatedly, and predictably. Even landscapes never visited become familiar. Strangers' journeys become shared ones. The viewer's imagination coexists with reality, folding distant cities, cultures, and experiences into their inner world. And here lies the quiet magic. The world can be vast, unknown, and sometimes intimidating, but through observation, it becomes intimate, accessible, inviting, a place where curiosity and safety coexist, and the mind can wander freely without ever leaving home. Adventure is intoxicating. It promises novelty, risk, and the thrill of the unknown. Yet real adventure carries burdens, decisions, logistics, danger, and uncertainty. Travel vlogs offer the illusion of freedom without any of these costs. The viewer journeys alongside another, observing spontaneity and improvisation. Mountains are climbed, alleys explored, meals discovered, all while the observer remains safely anchored in their own space. It is freedom distilled, the essence of adventure without the effort, worry, or risk. This illusion is psychologically soothing. The brain craves exploration. It craves novelty, uncertainty, and the satisfaction of discovery. Yet it also craves safety. Travel vlogs reconcile these conflicting desires. The viewer can embrace curiosity without compromise. They can experience awe without responsibility. Every choice is guided by the vlogger, every consequence absorbed by another. There is control embedded in this experience. The viewer decides when to watch, pause, or leave. They regulate intensity and duration. They engage deeply or lightly, according to need. The illusion of freedom is, paradoxically, structured by choice and safety. This controlled freedom also provides emotional regulation. Unexpected events, the vlogger missing a turn, a sudden storm, a surprise festival, create manageable excitement. The viewer's nervous system experiences mild arousal and anticipation. There is thrill, but the system knows it is contained. The mind also absorbs inspiration. Ideas for future travel, cultural insights, or culinary experiments emerge. Yet the viewer is not obligated to act. The freedom of imagination is experienced without the constraints of reality. The paradox is subtle but powerful. Adventure is exhilarating, yet the body remains at rest. Curiosity is sparked, yet stress is minimal. Novelty is presented, yet the outcome is safe. This combination of freedom and control is deeply satisfying. It reminds the mind that exploration is possible, that discovery can exist alongside safety, that wonder does not always require sacrifice. Through travel vlogs, the viewer practices the emotional art of adventure. They learn to embrace uncertainty lightly. They experience delight without risk. They see possibility without burden. And slowly, the mind begins to recalibrate. It recognizes that exploration is not always logistical or physical. It can be emotional, cognitive, and imaginative. It can occur in tandem with presence, safety, and comfort. In this delicate balance lies the appeal of the illusion of freedom. It satisfies wanderlust, it honors curiosity, it nourishes imagination, and it allows the mind to feel expansive, alive, and free. Even while sitting still, the human mind is designed to seek out the new. Change, discovery, and novelty spark attention, ignite curiosity, and release subtle waves of dopamine. Yet in daily life, novelty can be scarce. Work, routine, and obligation often limit the mind's exposure to new experiences. Travel vlogs fill this gap. They deliver landscapes unseen, customs unfamiliar, and stories outside the viewer's immediate reality. The brain receives stimulation without logistical strain. Attention is engaged, imagination is activated, and emotion is stirred, all safely, comfortably, and repeatedly. Each scene presents micro surprises: a bustling market, a quiet temple, a local greeting, or a hidden cafe tucked into an alley. The mind notices patterns, anomalies, and rhythms. Predictable sequences alternate with unexpected events, creating cognitive harmony. Curiosity satisfied but alertness maintained. This balance between familiarity and novelty is crucial. The mind craves surprise, but too much unpredictability triggers anxiety. Travel vlogs carefully calibrate this tension. The viewer experiences intrigue, excitement, and discovery without risk or overwhelm. The narration of the vlogger enhances cognitive engagement. Personal reflections, observations, or stories provide context and meaning. The mind does not simply absorb images, it integrates them emotionally and intellectually. Every step of the journey is filtered through human perspective, giving it coherence, narrative, and emotional resonance. Novelty also evokes reflection. The viewer compares cultures, landscapes, and experiences to their own life. They mentally navigate possibilities, imagining themselves in these places, yet remain safely distanced. This process strengthens imagination, empathy, and perspective-taking. Watching travel is more than entertainment, it is mental exercise. The brain practices exploration, decision-making, and aesthetic appreciation. The mind rehearses wonder without leaving home, subtly training emotional regulation and cognitive flexibility. The emotional dimension is equally compelling. Vicarious exposure to new environments elicits awe, fascination, and delight. Even minor surprises, a local custom, an unexpected encounter, a hidden view stimulate curiosity and evoke gentle excitement. These emotional responses are safe yet deeply rewarding. In this sense, travel vlogs satisfy a primal need to explore the world without fear, to experience the unfamiliar without danger, to encounter diversity without loss of control. The mind learns that novelty can coexist with safety, that curiosity can be indulged without risk, and that imagination can expand while the body rests. It is a rehearsal for possibility, a bridge between desire and experience. Here lies the subtle psychology of travel vlogs. They provide a space where the mind can wander, notice, and wonder, where curiosity is honored, novelty is absorbed, and emotion is gently exercised, where the world feels vast, intimate, and accessible all at once. There is a subtle intimacy in watching someone move through the world. Not the intimacy of touch or conversation, but something quieter: presence. The vlogger's voice, laughter, and reflection become companions in the journey. Even across distance and screens, a relationship is formed, one-sided, yes, but emotionally real. This is the psychology of parasocial connection. The viewer invests attention, empathy, and emotional response into a person who cannot reciprocate in the traditional sense. Yet this one-sided bond satisfies a deep human need to witness, to share, to be acknowledged, even passively. The vlogger's narration matters. Every commentary, every personal story, every observation creates trust. The viewer feels guided, included, and invited, not obligated. Presence is offered without demand, intimacy without exposure. This companionship is both emotional and cognitive. The mind mirrors reaction: surprise at discovery, delight at beauty, curiosity at new customs. It experiences emotion in tandem with another consciousness, rehearsing empathy and attention. The heart beats softly with shared moments, while the body remains anchored and safe. For many, this mediated relationship offers comfort. Loneliness is eased not by conversation, but by attentive presence. The viewer is part of a shared journey without the risks and complexities of actual social engagement. There is also subtle reliability. Consistent voices, familiar narration styles, and repeated patterns create predictability. The mind knows what to expect while remaining engaged in novelty. It is a safe rhythm, a framework for emotional regulation, and a steady companion through vicarious exploration. Parasocial bonds also extend beyond the video. Fans comment, discuss, and share, creating a sense of community. The journey is shared collectively, giving intimacy a social echo even without direct interaction. Through this lens, connection is neither shallow nor false. It is carefully structured presence. It is emotional companionship calibrated to meet human needs for engagement, attention, and belonging without compromise. Travel vlogs in this way are more than visual journeys, they are emotional bridges. They satisfy curiosity while nurturing empathy. They provide adventure while buffering stress. They offer connection, subtle yet meaningful, without demanding vulnerability or compromise. And in this quiet companionship, the viewer learns something profound. Human connection can exist across distance, screens, and unspoken boundaries. Presence alone can soothe, guide, and inspire. The mind and heart feel seen, accompanied, and alive, even through mediated experience. Travel evokes memory. A narrow street, a quiet canal, the scent of spices in a market, these glimpses spark something inside the viewer, often before conscious recognition, even vicariously. The mind recalls its own experiences or imagines moments it has never lived. Nostalgia in travel vlogs is subtle but powerful. The viewer may remember a childhood trip, a long-forgotten vacation, or even fleeting sensations tied to a certain place. Colors, sounds, and rhythms reconnect the mind to emotions that were once vivid, now softened by time. Even for places never visited, travel vlogs evoke collective memory. A famous city skyline, a traditional festival, a local custom, these images exist in shared culture. Recognition creates a sense of belonging, of participating in a wider human story. The mind feels continuity with the world and with others. Emotional resonance deepens through commentary. Vloggers describe what they feel, what they notice, and what surprises them. The viewer mirrors these reactions, linking personal emotion to observation. A quiet sense of awe, wonder, or delight spreads, not because of personal achievement, but through shared experience. Memory also connects to identity. The mind reflects, how would I have felt here? What would I have chosen? This mental rehearsal strengthens self-awareness while still grounded in safety. Travel vlogs offer what few other experiences do: the simultaneous expansion of perspective and the comfort of memory. They allow the mind to wander across time and space, balancing curiosity with familiarity, novelty with recognition. There is also a subtle layer of longing. Witnessing others explore evokes a desire to move, to see, to experience. This longing is tempered by safety. The viewer can feel it without immediate pressure or obligation. It becomes a gentle stretch of imagination, not a demand on reality. These layers, memory, nostalgia, emotional resonance, and longing, combine to create deep psychological satisfaction. The mind experiences richness without exhaustion, discovery without risk, and connection without obligation. Through travel vlogs, observation becomes emotional resonance. The viewer lives in two worlds simultaneously: the present reality of their own life and the expansive, colorful reality of another's journey. Past and present, near and far, familiar and unknown coexist seamlessly. And in this blending, the mind finds subtle joy, a recognition of continuity, a spark of imagination, a connection to human experience beyond immediate reach. Travel becomes more than movement, it becomes emotional geography, a map of memory, desire, and imagination. There is a quiet refuge in watching the world unfold through someone else's eyes. The mind is freed from routine, obligation, and decision-making. Even for a few minutes, landscapes, voices, and stories carry it elsewhere. Stress softens, breathing eases, attention rests. Travel vlogs function as a form of escapism, not in the sense of avoidance, but in the sense of regulated release. The viewer experiences novelty, awe, and emotional stimulation while remaining anchored in safety. The mind engages without danger, curiosity is satisfied without risk, and emotional tension is gently discharged. Modern life is often overstimulating. Endless decisions, obligations, and unpredictability strain attention and the nervous system. Travel vlogs offer a counterbalance. They provide structure, predictability, and gentle surprise micro-adventures the mind can digest without overload. Escapism here is subtle, deliberate, and restorative. The mind practices being present in new experiences without leaving the comfort of familiar space. Emotions are stirred: wonder at a sunset, excitement at a festival, surprise at a hidden alley, but none are overwhelming. The nervous system learns to experience delight, curiosity, and awe safely. For those living in isolation or monotony, travel vlogs serve as companionship and emotional scaffolding. The vlogger's voice guides, reassures, and narrates, creating low-risk social interaction. The viewer is accompanied through the world, reducing the sensation of solitude and enhancing mood regulation. Even brief exposure has measurable impact. Heart rate slows, tension decreases, cognitive fatigue eases. The mind rests while still engaging, balancing stimulation with calm. This regulated escapism also fosters imagination. The viewer mentally inhabits spaces, rehearses scenarios, and experiences subtle anticipation. It strengthens creativity and empathy, offering cognitive and emotional growth without stress. And yet, the escapism is not passive in the destructive sense. It is active, intentional, and restorative. It allows the mind to explore emotional landscapes safely, to rehearse wonder, curiosity, and reflection. It becomes a form of self-care, observation as restoration, attention as gentle nourishment. Ultimately, travel vlogs teach a quiet lesson about balance. The world can overwhelm, responsibilities can weigh heavily, and stress can accumulate unnoticed. Yet through vicarious exploration, observation, and reflection, the mind can still wander, marvel, and breathe. In this space, the viewer experiences the paradoxical freedom of being both nowhere and everywhere. Escapism becomes practice, regulation, and renewal. It reminds the mind that presence, curiosity, and joy are possible even amidst the constraints of daily life. Watching someone explore the world is not only about seeing new places, it is about feeling them. It is about the mind-mapping experience, the heart responding, and the imagination wandering freely. Travel vlogs create mirrors for emotion, curiosity, and reflection. The journeys witnessed become more than entertainment. They are templates for thought, inspiration, and awareness. The viewer notices patterns in human behavior, in landscapes, in cultures, and in personal response. They reflect, what would I do in this moment? How would I feel here? These questions cultivate introspection and subtle personal growth. Vicarious travel also reshapes perception of the familiar. Through new eyes, even ordinary experiences gain texture. A morning coffee, a quiet street, the rustle of trees all can hold latent wonder when seen through the lens of exploration. The world becomes more layered, more vibrant, more alive. There is also a gentle confrontation with longing. The desire to go, to see, to experience, sometimes deferred by circumstance, becomes an opportunity for imagination rather than frustration. The mind practices patience, empathy, and anticipation. Travel becomes both an internal and external journey. Moreover, reflection deepens emotional intelligence. Watching another navigate unfamiliar spaces, interact with strangers, or face challenges provides indirect lessons in resilience, observation, and awareness. The viewer experiences success, failure, joy, and surprise safely, integrating these lessons emotionally. Travel vlogs also offer perspective on connection. Distance, culture, and environment highlight both differences and universality. Human reactions, laughter, awe, curiosity bridge divides, reinforcing shared experience across geography, language, and circumstance. In the quiet aftermath of viewing, the mind rests enriched. It has wandered, observed, imagined, and reflected. It has traveled without leaving home, yet returned transformed, slightly more aware, slightly more open, slightly more present. Ultimately, the psychology of travel vlogs is a meditation on presence, imagination, and connection. The act of watching becomes an emotional journey in itself, a practice in curiosity, reflection, empathy, and subtle wonder. In these moments, the world expands without risk, curiosity is exercised without exhaustion, and connection, vicarious, quiet, and mediated, reminds the mind that exploration is possible in many forms. Even stillness can become travel, even observation can become intimacy, and the journey, though digital and distant, leaves its mark on the inner landscape of the viewer.